Hello, everyone. I'm Ken, and we're back with another Reading Reddit episode. Now, the last one did really well. You guys seem to like it a lot, and we're very supportive, so thank you for that. I'm glad you guys are down with trying old things repackaged in a new way. That's pretty awesome. I got my cool tiger shirt on, and we're ready to read. By the way, if you've watched several videos already and you're not subscribed, you might as well just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Kisses. Let me clean my glasses real quick. Got these cool little thingies to clean my glasses with so I can read. Entitled mother thinks we're a daycare. Welp, her child is gone now. Entitled mother walks into the store with a little girl. It's rather early in the morning. Entitled mother looks around. Asks me if I could watch her child. Oh no, I'm terrible with children. Sorry. Entitled mother tells me it's not for that long and I shouldn't be such a fuss about it. I still politely refuse. It's not my job to watch children. I'm afraid to do something wrong. What happens? Entitled mother leaves the store. Who do I find in the corner? Little girl who seems rather shy and fearful. This happened back in the time before everyone had smartphones. The kid obviously didn't had a mobile on it. I suspected the mother wouldn't. Wasn't too surprised that the little girl didn't knew the number of their landline. I sigh. What are you going to do? If something happens to that kid while being in the store and you being the only present employee, you're going to have a bad time. Hey girl, what's your name? Lily. I'm Sam. And surname. Little girl, happily like only kids can be if they think they did something smart and they knew something. My surname is blah. Now this rang a bell. I had a good customer with the name surname. It turns out that it's her dad. I didn't get paid enough to babysit. In fact, I didn't even got paid enough to do my normal work. I call her Dad. Hi, nice dad. It's me from the bookstore. Oh, hi. How's it going? I don't remember having any open orders. Look, listen, do you have a daughter? Why do you ask? What's her name? I just wanted to ensure that it's really her dad, not some stupid coincidence. You know how it is. Nice dad apologizes for entitled mother's behavior and tells me he's going to pick up the little girl as soon as possible. Nice dad arrives. Little girl runs to him and hugs him, crying that mommy was mean to her. Nice dad soothes her and thanks me for babysitting her. He gives me a bottle of wine and buys something small from the store. Woo, bottle of wine, nice. If entitled mother shows up again, could you not tell her that I picked up a little girl? What? Why? If you don't feel like it, you don't need to. It's rather complicated and you already did so much for us. Nice dad. Hang on. He doesn't want to tell? Oh. Entitled mother's got a surprise coming. Nice dad leaves. In the evening, entitled mother shows up. Just to point out, she dropped the little girl off about 9. It was now much later. Where's my daughter? Me already chugged about half a bottle of wine and thus a little boozed. What? My daughter? I dropped her in the store and you were here? Me, way too drunk for work. You're what? Entitled mother was on the edge. Thus, I did what I thought was the smartest thing to do. A guy came into the store and picked her up. He seemed nice, gave me some wine for her. At this point, I expected her to explode and attack me, but she just left the store. A few weeks pass and nice dad and little girl come to the store, both happy to see me. Nice dad asks me if I got a few minutes. An excuse not to work? Obviously, I took the time. Customer service. Gave little girl the same book we've read the last time and had a talk with nice dad. Entitled mother and nice dad were in the middle of a divorce when entitled mother dropped little girl at our store. One of the reasons nice dad wanted a divorce was that entitled mother wasn't nice to little girl. Now, in my country, as a male, it's rather hard to get custody of your child, no matter what. Little girl wanted to be with nice dad, but that doesn't matter. Entitled mother dropping little girl in our store was a gift to the heavens. Nice dad took little girl to his sister's overnight. Entitled mother pretended that little girl was sleeping at one of her friends. Nice dad wanted to call them just to ensure that little girl was fine. Entitled mother didn't want to do that. Entitled mother claimed that she dropped little girl's friend. Nice dad faked panic and involved the police. Entitled mother insisted that little girl's friend kidnapped little girl. Police asked nice dad and entitled mother separately, and nice dad told the police what happened. Entitled mother still insisting on dropping little girl's friends. Nice dad had proof of it being otherwise since he had already called the police when he dropped a little girl at his sister's house. Wow. Now in court, nice dad apparently said something like, entitled mother can have all she wants, even my wine collection. I just want to be with my daughter. Entitled mother, knowing that nice dad didn't have any money left and had some quite expensive wines, agreed. Daughter ended up with nice dad, mother paying alimony. What entitled mother didn't know, nice dad was replacing his wine collection before the divorce with the cheapest wines he could find at different discounters, gifting away the expensive ones. He knew that entitled mother either is going to take everything from him or will break his wine collection. We both laugh. I gifted the book to a little girl who seemed very happy. When entitled mother dropped her, she was shy, seemed small, and now she had such a big smile on her face and was curious for everything. She seemed like a bird taking off to fly towards the sun. I actually hated my job, but situations like these made me a little bit nostalgic. Somehow I miss the direct interaction with customers. On the other hand, I don't. I obviously don't. Wow. Okay. Drop your daughter off for a very long time. It was like a good 8 hours of mom being just gone. And then dad picking her up. Smooth by dad. Smooth. Also didn't let her get that nice wine. Oh, poor little girl. Well, I'm glad it had a happy ending mostly. Let them eat cake. Long ago, way back in the before time, I worked for one of those bulk warehouse club stores. My trade was simple. I was a wrangler of the Silver Buffalo and dutifully retrieved the old ghetto strollers I did. The job in itself wasn't the worst I'd ever had. I got plenty of exercise, got to be outside, and generally didn't have to interact with the members. Calling them customers was taboo for the most part. Members? Was this guy work for Sam's Club? You have to have a membership card to go in the Sam's Club. Just guessing. I worked there before. We had to call members. The thing about this job is that the company I worked for had a reputation for being cheap. Okay, yeah, probably with Walmart and Sam's. Thusly, more often than not, I was on my own out in the parking lot. Big whoop, you might say. You gathered carts. You should see how hard my job is. Yeah, well, shut up. This is my story, butt munch. I digress. The reason that being alone sucked is that this store didn't have just any one kind of cart. Heck, they didn't even have just two kinds of carts. You had your classic garden variety cart, the kitty. Hang on, dude, I don't even know to read all this. Jesus Christ. I don't care about these different carts. So there I was, chugging along like a good worker drone, struggling to keep up with the sheer volume of people coming in to buy cheap bulk goods. Sure enough, I got the call on the radio. This is Sam's. This is definitely Sam's. Well, I don't know that. Allegedly it's Sam's. Okay, I can't say that it is, but they got the radio and bulk items. Yeah. Manager, we need you to help some members load their purchases. I'd love to, but I'm barely able to keep up here as it is. Just do it. You can afford to stop gathering carts for 2 minutes. Ron Howard, he couldn't. I didn't want to push my luck, so I complied. After spending 20 minutes loading people's purchases, because when one person needs it, suddenly they all need it, I came back to find my vestibule a near ghost town, save for a single line of carts that was half gone, and the Karen. It's like the Kraken. The Karen! I won't waste time describing the specimen. She was the prototype. You know what she looked like. There she stood, menacing, tapping her foot with such speed that it could make metal drummer green with envy. You could collect the contempt in her gaze in a jar. Where are the big flat ones? I blinked a moment. I'm sorry? Oh, Mexicans. For the record, I'm very much white. Where are the flat ones? Oh, you mean the flatbeds. I'm sorry. I was just helping some other members load their merchandise, and I haven't had the chance to. Oh my God, I don't care about your excuses. You have one job, and a trained monkey could do it. I just wanted this lady out of my face, so I didn't fight it. Sorry, ma'am, I'll grab one in the parking lot for you. You'd better. So I go back out to the lot and find a whole line of flatbeds sticking out of the corral, blocking several parking spaces. I push them all into the vestibules where she waits, huffing about how I'm wasting her valuable time. I separate one of the rest and bring it to her. I'm terribly sorry about the wait, ma'am. She leers at me with utter malice. Unbelievable. And with that, she dismisses herself into the store, where she'll become someone else's problem. I shake my head and return to doing what I'm paid to do. About 15 minutes later, I'm returning a line of carts, and I see her pushing her flatbed into the Miata and jawing about stupid people, most certainly referring to me on her cell phone. Do you know what she had bought? What she had insisted on having a flatbed for? A cake. This wasn't even like a big cake. It was one of those little circular numbers, like, just a little small one. Anyways, I witness as she continues to yammer on about how I nearly ruined, I tell you, her precious baby's birthday party when the most glorious thing happened. Still clutching her phone with those Jai scoop claws of hers. I don't know what that word is. Still clutching her phone with those Jai scoop claws of hers, she attempts to pick up the cake with one hand. The plastic topper pops off, and she spills the cake all over her undoubtedly expensive designer outfit. Seething with white-hot rage, she locks eyes with me. "You, get me another cake now." "Terribly sorry, ma'am. I've got one job, and these carts won't gather themselves." I walked away with a crap-eating grin plastered on my face as her shrieks faded the distance behind me. I've had my share of nasty customer interactions before, but this one really took the cake. Yeah! Oh, man. Got her. I mean, she got herself, really. That's what you call karma. The karma got her. Breastfeeding isn't allowed if you're a teen mom. So back in high school, one of my closest friends got pregnant and gave birth to the sweetest baby boy. She stopped going to school for a while to take care of her kid, but still did online school so she could graduate with her class. One thing we would do is go to one of the local food places near the high school on Fridays, and today we decided to go to this nice Chinese place that I frequent regularly, and a little old Asian lady knows me by name. This Chinese place has a sticker on the front door that says something like, "Breastfeeding will always be allowed," which is great since that's what my friend is more comfortably doing for her baby. After we ordered our food and hung out in this waiting area, when the baby gets all fussy, she takes out a little cover and covers her baby in her chest and starts to feed him. We keep talking until this woman and her son, who is around 10, comes in. I recognize the kid as one of those kids I looked after when I used to be a volunteer at a youth center. He comes to me and starts talking to me and then asks my friend what she's doing with the baby. Before my friend can answer, the boy's mother cuts in. "A disgusting thing, that's what she's doing. Don't you know better than to do that in public? And why are you even doing that if you're only a kid?" My friend has an attitude sometimes I try to jump in before she starts throwing things. "It's not illegal. And Miss L is fine with it. She has a sticker on the door." Miss L, being the little old Asian lady by the counter who was just oogling the baby a second ago, she smiles at us and continues to write some stuff down. The mother wasn't happy about this and continues with her BS. "I'm sorry, but I'm just not okay with the baby breastfeeding another baby. Can you please just stop?" she says in frustration. Mrs. L finally cuts in, and in her broken English, she says, "Nursing baby is a beautiful thing. You have problem, you leave." She then taps the order on the window that leads to the kitchen and apologizes to my friend for the woman's nasty behavior. She then looks at the boy who is still next to me and says jokingly, "Your mother, she's dummy, right?" This makes the boy laugh, and the mother just grumbles in her seat, trying to stay far away from us as she could. When my friend finishes, we grab our food. Mrs. L threw in an extra order of egg roll. Ooh, nice. Since they were my friend's favorite. Everything was fine until Monday came, and I saw the boy again. He pulls me off to the side and tells me that his mom said she doesn't like me or my friend. I just ask him if he still likes me, and he says, "Yes." Yay. Aw, what a nice little story. The baby got fed. The mom didn't, entitled mother didn't get her way. The guy and the other kid are still friends. Wonderful. Entitled mother lets her kid steal my blonde cane. So a bit of a backstory. I'm a 28-year-old woman who just recently went fully blonde. One day, my husband asks if I can take the Uber down to the bank and deposit a rent check, and I reluctantly agree. While out, he messages again and reminds me that we're out of a few crucial groceries. There was a Walmart grocery literally across the street from the bank, so I figured everything in life is an experience and I'll have to learn how to shop alone eventually, so why not? Everything was fine at first, and I was only grabbing a few things, so I didn't need a cart. I was using my cane and what little echolocation skills I had at the time to get around. I was still bumping into things, as we blind tend to do sometimes. My cane suddenly hit something a bit softer, and I figured maybe I'd whack someone's leg and apologize. Cue entitled kid and entitled mother. "Oh, shoot, I'm sorry." "Hey, you just hit my son." "I'm so sorry, ma'am. I didn't see him there." She's got jokes. Now, I'm fully blonde, but I don't wear sunglasses. Mostly because I can't afford a good UV blocking pair. But also, I'm not ever looking for pity or to play the part of a generic blind person. I just want to be treated like a normal person. But I do understand her confusion as blindness is a spectrum, so I try to calmly explain. Ma'am, I'm blind. I can't see anything, let alone your son. That's why I have to use the cane, so I can get around without... She cuts me off. If you're blind, why aren't you wearing big sunglasses? Now, as a blind person, I get a lot of stupid questions, but I can understand a lot of them are just people who don't know better, and I try to happily answer as many as I can. Those are really expensive, around $200 for a good pair, and I really don't need any inside. You're not blind, you're faking it. Here is where my blood starts to boil. I can't think of any reason someone would want to pretend to be blind is actual hell, and nothing pisses me off more than when someone calls me a liar when I'm not. Just as I'm about to respond, I feel a tug, and before I blink, I realize this little demon spawn has snatched my $100 cane from my hands. For those of you who don't understand, that's like if you're shopping and suddenly the power goes out and you can't see a single light. Without my cane, I can barely move at all without crashing into anything. My voice gets shaky and I begin to panic. Please give it back. I really do need it. No, you don't, you liar. My son deserves to play with us more than you. I hear her shuffle away and my expensive cane cracking into metal displays and such as they leave. I start crying and waving my arms in front of me to grab onto something, anything, and end up crashing and falling into a center aisle display, making a loud scene. Without fail, I somewhat curl into a ball and cry. I'm alone in public in the dark, and I have no idea what to do. Suddenly, I feel a hand on my shoulder and a man's voice. We'll call him AG for awesome guy. Asks if I'm okay and to stay right here. I do, but began to at least sit up and listen. This man must have been tall and built like a tank because his footsteps sound like a giant, and I felt a suction of wind when he took off. Maybe about 30 or 40 feet away, I hear this loud bellowing like an angry lion and a loud crash. Then before I know it, the man is back and helping me to my feet. He takes my hand and puts the cane to my palms and helps me pick up the items I dropped when I fell into the display. Me wiping tears from my cheeks. Thank you so much. I didn't know how to handle that. Don't worry about it. Some people are just monsters. This guy restored my faith in humanity and even helped me finish shopping and helped me out of the store. As we're leaving, I can hear the familiar screeching of entitled mother. Something about awesome guy grabbing the cane and pulling hard, flinging her little devil child into a shopping cart. I don't know if she was exaggerating or not, but it would explain the crash I heard. It's easy to feel alone in the world without sight, but even through the sheer terror of being stripped of my cane, at least now I know that there are people willing to stand up for me when I need it. Nice. Awesome guy showed up and threw down. How kind of person do you got to be like, be so convinced that someone's faking it that you would even take their cane from them? Wow. Well, I hope you guys like this video. Leave a like on it, do all that cool stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay toasty, my friends.